Yo, what's up, fam? Bringing the juiciest celeb show right to your screen. Lock in, because today I'm doling out all the messy deets on Chrisean rocks a conflict with Coi Leray over the unrivaled Blueface. What's more, trust me, you don't want to miss a moment of this. Before we make a plunge, hit that like button, buy in the event that you haven't as of now, and ring that chime so you won't miss any of our sizzling updates. So get this, Chrisean has been tied in with putting any misinformation to rest. Sweetheart was not playing when she found Coi Leray was attempting to sneak around with Blueface. Allow me to arrange the image for you. Chrisean previously slid into Coi's DMs for certain red-hot messages advising her to ease off her man. However, it seems to be Coi wasn't getting the notice, because she was good to go to meet Blue in the down low. Also, prepare to have your mind blown. Jason Lee, better believe it, the insider we as a whole pay attention to, affirmed that Coi exploded his telephone a couple of months back. She was losing it over him giving Chrisean and Blue some broadcast appointment after Chrisean had come for her. We've seen Chrisean get wild. However, her conflicting with Coi Leray. That is an unheard of degree of show. So here's the 411. Coi and Blueface were a thing once upon a time in 2020. They were that couple everybody saw overflowing with PDA, being a tease up at Tempest. Coi was all chuckles and timid grins at whatever point Blue's name sprung up in interviews. This individual said, so happy Coi Leray evaded that BS. She's stunning and youthful. Trust she keeps her head up going ahead. However, at that point, Chrisean stepped in, and young lady, it was damn finished. Coi slice attaches with Blueface to avoid the show wave Chrisean was riding on. Also, Coi wasn't about that turbulent daily routine Blue was experiencing. Everybody was applauding Coi for leaving. Her vacation was simply beginning to pop off, and she wanted no interruptions. In any case, even after Coi said bye to Blue, Chrisean continued to toss conceal like it was radiant in California, thinking Coi was all the while hitting up her man in the background. Also, things got hot when pics of Coi and Blueface, all comfortable in the studio, surfaced on the web. We're talking tongue-to-tongue, face-licking antics. Chrisean, she lost it. Young lady went out of control on her IG story, dropping dangers like they were hot and guaranteeing she planned to get physical with Coi Leray. She said, you spent time with me to suck on your D and get a component when this fellow, and you cheat a B who doesn't even F with governmental issues. Mark my words, God previously made me greater than you all set up. Trust it was worth the effort then, at that point, for a female being in that position clarifies why I need to slap you douchebag immediately in light of the fact that I'm not with the legislative issues. What's more, here's the kicker. Chrisean says Coi played it off like she was finished with Blueface, in any event, asking Chrisean to collab on a track. However, despite her good faith, Coi was evidently reviving the past love interest with Blueface. Presently, hold up. Because here comes Carlissa, slipping into the spotlight like she's the primary person. I'm staying here like, why Carlissa, why? It's really clear she's simply looking for a portion of that show cloud. However, honey, Carlissa isn't the only one blending the pot. Jason Lee got himself an entire kitchen of intensity as well. She said, assuming these people allow you another opportunity, you better avoid that trailer park. Search for them at Coi Leray. Type it, Daddy's Young Ladies. I attempted to tell you, yet you thought I was detesting. Get this, after Chrisean and Blueface's comfortable little visit with Jason Lee hit the wireless transmissions, Coi was exploding his telephone, super ticked off about it. She was warned, feeling like Jason shouldn't have cared much about them, particularly after Chrisean was out there, taking steps to lay hands on her. Indeed, Jason got hauled online for stirring up this firestorm. What's more, when you think you've seen everything, Chrisean proceeds to drop a stunner in her meeting with Jason Lee. We're talking dangerous. She uncovered that this ill will with Coi Leray wasn't simply web-based entertainment smoke. It got truly physical, and it happened a couple of months back at a club. Picture this. Chrisean rolls into the club with Glorilla, new off their exhibition in June. And who else makes an appearance, however, Coi Leray, evidently with the sole reason for provoking Chrisean. At long last, Chrisean snapped and a telephone went flying, straight into Coi's face. We're not talking a scratch, we're discussing serious harm. In any case, pause, there's something else to this adventure. Picture this. Chrisean at that point was extremely pregnant, all right. So when all that club tumult went down, Coi couldn't actually swing back. What's more, that's right, this was completely affirmed by peeps who saw everything go down. They're saying Coi was going to return at her, yet security was like, no, not occurring, all on the grounds that Chrisean had a child ready. Presently, here's where it gets considerably more wound. Sources are murmuring that Coi Leray kept down on squeezing charges against Chrisean, basically in light of the fact that she was pregnant. However, now that Chrisean's out there, fundamentally bragging about the entire thing, it seems like Coi may very well be lawyering up. Also, with Chrisean on tape conceding she tossed down first, unmerited, individuals haven't arrived for it. The web's exploding with remarks getting down on Chrisean. One client was like, young lady will meet her match one day and will not have the option to return. Yet hold up, because it ain't each of the uneven. There are a few peeps who think Coi made them come for playing with Blueface, realizing he was with Chrisean. You have remarks flying like, so Coi incites her and it's completely fine. And Coi merits it for messing around. Yet we should dish. What's your quick reaction? Was Chrisean off the mark for her activities? Did Coi incite her? Or on the other hand, is it all a major wreck? Also, for what reason do you believe Chrisean's repeating this at this point? Golly, this celeb world never rests, and neither do we with regards to the most recent scoop. What is your take on this entire Chrisean and Coi standoff? Group Chrisean or Group Coi? Sound off in the remarks, because you realize I'm biting the dust to hear your thought process. Keep in mind, keep it charming or put it on quiet. Furthermore, hello, before you return to looking over, remember to like, buy in, and hammer that warning chime so you can remain refreshed on all the VIP bedlam. Until sometime later, remain cheeky and remain tuned.